A very good morning to all of you. A little louder. Good morning, ma'am. Yes, that shows that all of you had some good breakfast and came. I must thank this college and also Impact that we are able to do a session today and tomorrow. But it will not be like other sessions where you have only lectures. Here you can't sit comfortably on your chair because it is called a workshop, so you have to work hard. The speaker will relax and the participants will work hard. Are you ready? Yes. Initially, I will tell you a few things before we begin. The first thing is, how important is communication? You must remember that in our mind we have many ideas, but until these ideas come out in the form of language or words, even to ourselves, the idea is abstract. When we talk to ourselves, the idea gets a language. Isn't it true? So you get an idea that I want to attend this workshop. Then that sentence, I want to attend this workshop, becomes the concrete form of the idea when you are communicating to yourself. So what we require for communication? One is we require some content. What do you want to say? That content. And the next we require a language. Two things are important here. One is what you want to say, that is the meaning of what is there, and the other is language. How do you want to say it? In what language do you want to say it? When we learn communication skills, usually we don't need to learn communication skills in our mother tongue. Do you need? You don't need a grammar book. You don't need a dictionary. You learn it naturally. So that is the best way of learning. Learning a language naturally, not by learning it with rules. Because from your 10th class, you have been learning language, and that is English. I'm not talking about your mother tongue now. You're learning English by rules. You have a question paper in 10th class, where you apply those rules and you get good marks. But that doesn't mean your communication is good. You know English, but knowing English and communicating are two different things. That is where you have to remember. So we call these as the 4 skills. How do we develop our communication? I have already told you 2 points. I don't have a PowerPoint to show you. I am speaking. If you want, you can note down. What do we require? We require content. That means some idea, some meaning, something which we want to say. If we know only language, we have no content, then we can't speak. We require good content. We also cannot speak if we have good content but no language. So we have 2 things here. One is we require content, and the second is we require language. Since Madam has told me that you have seen Impact, you will notice that till now I have spoken a lot about language, how to improve English. But I get thousands and lakhs of mails, people who see these Impact videos and they write. And I find that although they're concentrating on English, on learning the language, their content also is not very good. Youngsters today have little awareness. We only know what is there on Facebook, or what is coming to us in WhatsApp by forward, or what is there on Twitter. We know this, but we don't know many other things. So if you want to improve your communication, you must have many ideas about many things. Whatever is happening in the whole world, you must have ideas about that. Not only your subject, because the days of specialization are not so important today. Now you can be specialist in your subject, but you must know all other subjects. If I say I am an English teacher, I don't know about computers, then I cannot exist. I must be able to make my documents on computer, a PowerPoint presentation. I must be able to edit. I must be able to do a little bit of calculations on my computer. So I have to learn all this. When I was your age, there were no computers here. So I had to learn when I was much older. You understand? We are all the time learning. So when you improve your communication, you have to improve these two things: content, your wide variety of knowledge, and language, that is English. This is the first point I mentioned. Now, when I was mentioning the second point, I thought you might have forgotten the first point. So I repeated it. You know, teachers always repeat. You know that. Now, if you think that repetition is not necessary, you must stop me by saying, Madam, we have understood. Because I know that students are very intelligent. That is one thing I can tell all of you, that all of you are very intelligent. The only thing is, you are not working hard enough. You are depending on others to help you. Your teachers, your parents, your elders, or a guest speaker like me. So, Madam will help us to learn English. No, not possible. You have to learn it yourself. Everything which we learn ourselves. Others only help us. A person like me can only help you, cannot do anything more. So, we have, as you can see on the board downstairs, on the flexi down there, it is written LSRW. All of you know what it means. L is listening, S is speaking, R is reading, and W is writing. So, we need to do 4 things. Just now I gave you the example of your mother tongue. Mother tongue we can learn step by step. For 1 year you were only listening, you were not speaking. You know, the child doesn't speak. After 1 year you listened so well that you could speak. But you could not speak very well, you made many mistakes. The child speaks 1 word, 2 words, 1 wrong sentence, grammatically very wrong. Nobody laughs at the child, because by the time you are this age, you don't make mistakes in your mother tongue. How did you learn it? You learnt it by listening. Do you understand? Then you practiced what you listened and you spoke. But you can't read your language. Till you look at a book and till you practice the alphabet, you can't write your own mother tongue also. I am told many people don't know their mother tongue, which is very bad. You must know English, you must know the national language Hindi, you must know, because we are very fortunate that we have Telugu also, we have Urdu also, such a rich city. We should learn. If you learn 4 or 5 languages, your mental health improves. Your mind becomes sharper. Don't make the mistake of saying, I know only Telugu, I can't learn English. I know only English, so I can't speak Telugu. That is not correct. We have capability of learning some 10, 20, 30 languages. The human brain is powerful. You can learn anything you want. So now, the 3rd step in your mother tongue came when you were 3, 4, 5 years old. You know, you learned the alphabet. Then you started reading. You couldn't write still. You could read a little. Then slowly you practiced those things. Your teacher would hold your hand and make you write. Then you could start writing. So you see, we gradually went. In English, since you are adult learners, in English you can't do step by step. 1 year listening, 1 year speaking, you can't do like that. You have to do all the 4 simultaneously. That means at once, together. Many people ask me, Madam, teach us vocabulary. You don't need to learn vocabulary like that. You get more exposure to the language, you get vocabulary. A child who's just listening, maybe 4 months, 5 months, has a vocabulary of 10 words. By the time the child starts speaking, 2 years, it has 100 words, 500 words. By the time you have come to this age, your vocabulary in your mother tongue is thousands of words. Do you understand? How did you learn? Did they present you with a Telugu dictionary when you were born? Or whatever your mother tongue is. As soon as you are born, one dictionary is given to you. We don't need to learn like that. Students these days are learning from books which are instant vocabulary, efficient vocabulary books like that. That is very good for a competitive exam. Suppose you are doing a tough competitive exam where vocabulary is important, please use many books, please use the dictionary. If you want communication, the dictionary is not the ultimate word. The grammar book is not the ultimate word. No book, no rule helps you to learn communication. Please remember, communication comes only with practice. How much practice?